What's up, YouTube? EasyGoingMC back with another redstone EasyGoing. I always say this. Oops. With another EasyGoing survival episode. Today we're gonna be taking a look at these buzzy friends, bees, of course. So we're gonna be doing some fun stuff with them. We're gonna try to harness them for their honey and their honeycomb, in order to make some cool redstone contraptions. So without further ado, we probably should just get straight into it, which is actually right here. So I'm currently breeding up these bees using dandelions in order to create a few full bee nests, which I crafted up using some honeycomb I harvested from this, which I can do just like so. In case you guys didn't know, you use this just to make sure they don't get angry and attack you. And then with that, we're actually going to take these beehives once they're full of bees and put them in a new system I recently designed, which is a manual bee breeder, which I'm pretty happy to show you, and I think I'm even going to do a tutorial on it. I'm pretty happy with the design. So yeah, guys, I'm going to keep breeding up these bees, and I guess we should pop on over to the industrial district and get on with our plans. Alright, so we're over in the industrial district making some work on the bee breeder. So basically the way this works is similar to that design we had back at the starter base, except on a much larger scale. So basically what we're going to do is I kept breeding those guys, and I have them all... I silk touch all the nests, and they're all right here. As you can see, these are all full. They have bees inside them. Now these are just some empty bee nests I'm placing down. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to place the bee nests down, and then eventually we'll breed all of the bees up, and then once none are going in, then we can take off like half of them, and then we can fill them with empty ones and just keep getting the full bee nests to put in the room. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So the way this is going to work is essentially... yeah, we're building up the design. We sort of have to build the building before we can actually use the farm, since we need to have it totally enclosed. I'm going to go for sort of like a greenhouse type build, so we're going to have a lot of glass. I'll probably do like maybe kind of like a glass ceiling with a brick trim, and then we'll have this foundation on either side. So I think that should look fairly cool. So I'm going to keep going. I'm also going to put in some of the redstone, since we are going to have an on-off switch for this thing. And yeah, I guess I'll keep on cracking and try to get this part of the project complete. But yeah, we're going to try to do this as well as get started on the bee farm. So yeah, we definitely have our work cut out for us in this episode, but I think it should be really fun. And with this lever, the redstone is finished. So basically the way this works is when there's a trapdoor like this in front of a bee nest, the bees can't escape, basically. However, we still could access the trapdoors as well as harvest them for honey if we want. But then when we do this, they're able to fly out. So this essentially allows us to put this down. The bees are actually still able to go inside when it's like in this state, but it basically essentially means we can turn the farm off and make sure there's no entities in the area when we're not actively using it, which should definitely reduce on lag, since technically if this thing was full there would be how much would there be? Trying to think in my head, but 3 stacks of bees. Yeah, because it's 64, so yeah, 3 times 64, whatever that number is. I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I'm absolutely failing. 192. 192 is the correct answer. Anyhow, moving on, I'm going to continue to work on the aesthetic and sort of try to figure out how we're going to make this look. But yeah, I'll keep on cracking, and I'll give you guys some more progress updates once we've made some more headway on the build. But yeah, we sort of just got to keep moving. This will be a unique build. I'm definitely going to push my comfort zone on this one a bit, but I think it should turn out to be fairly decent. Oops. And just like that, we finished the third factory building in the town hall. Town hall? What am I even thinking right now? The third factory in our industrial district. We have the fourth one over here started, but we still haven't finished the storage system, which is fine by me. Very simple door for this one, just something quick and easy to get in. Got the lever here, and then obviously we'll fill these bee nests up. This is the max I have, though we can at this point sleep, but also get the other ones out and put them in. But actually there is something we should do first, and that is actually to do with dandelions. So there's a reason why we have a ton of dandelions. The first reason is the fact that to breed bees, you need to breed them with dandelions. So you feed them a dandelion, and that's how they actually breed. However, they also need flowers to produce nectar. They get nectar from them, and then or pollen, nectar and pollen, and they go back and they produce honey, which we don't technically need them to do that in order to breed them. However, it is nice because we are able to get some honeycomb from this in order to keep restocking our bee nests and things like that. So that's definitely helpful on that front. So we're actually going to add dandelions. Yeah, right here. Just provide them a ton of space. We'll do this on both sides, but yeah, just go down the bar, put a bunch of dandelions in. They'll probably add like a chest or two over here. We'll keep, you know, full bee nests on one side, empty bee nests somewhere. It'll be great. It'll be great. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep working. We can put in our new bees, and then we can actually start breeding these guys up. I think we have a bit of a pest problem, not gonna lie. Yeah, our pest problem has just gotten worse, unfortunately. Or fortunately for us, because we are breeding these bees up quick. Yeah, just basically every time in the morning, all of them are ready to breed again, basically. I just go through here and just, yeah, spam. And I definitely do, like, you can see the green particles, so I'm helping the babies grow. But as long as I'm getting love particles, I don't really care. I just go down the line and, yeah, call it good, basically. Until I stop seeing these red love particles, which we're basically at that point, it seems. Alright, cool. I'll let them do their work now. Anyways, at this point we have a ton of bees. I'm pretty sure this thing should be filled up relatively soon, within the next night or two. Night's the best time because even if they're not pollinated, they just go inside and don't come out. So that's the best time to tell, you know. If you're halfway through the night, there's some bees rattling around and, you know, some of these guys have honey flowing out of them, and that usually means they're full. So yeah, that's pretty good. Anyhow, the next step is, of course, to build the farm itself. I am going to do a slight scale back. I think I'm going to build a total of 32 modules. So we'll have 32 farms, and we'll likely allocate 8 of those to honeycombs. And then we'll allocate the other 24 to honey bottles, and we should actually get an equal amount of those two items then. I'm just doing that because I don't really have a need for honeycomb. I just want to farm a little bit up. I'll probably even change it to honey bottles at some point. But yeah, that's sort of my thinking behind that. The reason why we are scaling it back is because I don't have a need for tons of honey. We don't need this to be a blazing fast farm, so I'm definitely going to go a little bit of smaller scale just so I don't have to sit here and breed bees for a few hours. So yeah, guys, I'm going to finish this up, gather some materials, and sort of plan out the area we're doing it in. On the side note of the area, I did create another map because I lost the original one, and this area is definitely coming together. We're able to see the this is the bee farm we're in right now. This is the pumpkin farm, and you know we have the item stream which we'll fix. We also have the new tree farm. This is the beacon. Yeah, it's just all looking very good. I'm very excited to see how this eventually looks. So yeah, that's just sort of an update on the map. We'll actually add another building to this today. I think it should continue to look fairly awesome. Alright guys, I'll stop rattling on and talking, and I'll let these guys breed up some more and get going on the farm. Alright guys, so we're heading over here. So yeah, breed up all the bees. I got, you know, 40 or so hives ready to go, ready to be farmed. And yeah, basically what I'm doing now is I'm collecting some resources. I'm getting some redstone supplies together. I'm going to craft some pistons at some point. I'm also over here to do two things. So A, I've already put this in the smelter, but smelting up some smooth stone. We ran out. We need it for our building blocks in order to, you know, make the bee farm look all pretty. But anyhow, I want to put a second beacon. I was stupid, and I put the beacon like all the way over there. It doesn't even reach like nearly over there. Which, you know, a sensible person might take it down, but for me, I'm just gonna, yeah, take 6 more out of the 41 we have left. And keep in mind that with this project, we're also now gonna be able to, yeah, we're gonna be able to make a beacon or a wither star farm, so we don't have to worry about killing the withers anymore either. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take these 6, pop it on, yeah, maybe on top of this hill, just to provide full coverage to the area. So yeah guys, I'm gonna smelt this, you know, get cracking, and I'll meet you guys actually in a redstone testing world, because we're gonna do a bit of some redesigning on some of the bee farms that are online to suit our needs, and I think it should be pretty fun. Alright, we're back, and I've done some work, and this is the design we're gonna go with. It's a combination of several designs I've seen, to be honest. I'll probably do a tutorial on this specific design, just because, you know, I did design it myself, but I have watched some videos, so just to shout out the people I have watched where I got these ideas from. So A, Exumavoid for the idea of the trapdoor turning the thing off. That's his idea. If we actually take a look at how that works. Just like so. Works just like that. I guess we don't need that there. We just need it like this. There we go. Yeah, so we just need one flower. And then Eagle Eye for this idea right here with the... You usually use the signal power. So once this fills up, we'll actually do it too. We can do a tick warp if we want for 30 minutes. What we'll actually see is once it's daytime, these bees will pop out. And this is actually on. And basically, whenever the thing fills with honey, it reaches... yeah, so it'll emit a single strength of 5. So once it does that... did all the bees escape? I think all the bees escape. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, so we can see that some signal strength is emitted right now. So let's just tick warp again, and we'll wait and see what happens. As you can see, it clicked, and we actually got a piece of honey. We're going into a hopper counter right here. This design, I think it produces around 5-ish an hour, 6-ish an hour per... I think it's 6 is my test. That's an inaccurate number, but that's 6 per... yeah, about 6, so nothing crazy. If we had 32 honey bottles... We had 20 honey bottles, that's 120 an hour. So a couple of stacks an hour. Yeah, it's slow. These things are not that fast without doing super big. But at the end of the day, that's more than enough. I think if we, you know, get the honey, I'm not sure. What's the crafting recipe? Let's get a crafting table. Wait, what? Oh, it's just 4? Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's more than enough for what we'll ever need. We don't need stacks upon stacks of this stuff, so I'm definitely okay with that. And with this design. So yeah, guys, I have most of these materials gathered up in the world, so I'm just going to get ready to build this, and we can start doing some construction of some modulars. We can even go as close as this and use this glass, which is probably what we're going to end up doing, I think. That would look good, though. I think it would look pretty cool if we add a bit of like a viewing area in between for us to walk, like a 3x3, just so we can see it, make the building just a tad bigger. I think that could look fairly cool. All right, yeah, I'm gonna hop on the server. Hop onto the single-player world, and yeah, I guess let's get cracking. I truly despise this process. I think that dispensers are probably the worst thing to craft in Minecraft. I don't know if you were to. Yeah, try crafting any other item, I don't know, I think it's safe to bet that this is definitely the most tedious. It just takes so long. You just gotta keep going one after the other. So much clicking. It's like pre-1 dot, like, shift clicking days, you know what I mean? Like, this is what it used to be like. No one wants that. Come on, Mojang, let's go. Let's get back on the grind. Let's maybe fix this up a bit. Obviously, I'm kidding, but yeah. I definitely do think this is a very despisable process. However, with these last few, you know, I've talked over the whole thing now, probably the most boring content in the world, but with these last few bows, what we're gonna find is we have 10 excess for a future time when we need to use it to do that. But anyways, I have crafted all the redstone components at this point. So I have another stack of repeaters, I don't even need the repeaters, I just crafted them to craft them. I got some redstone dust, I got pistons, I got some wood, I'll have to turn these to sticky pistons, got some suspensors, I got excess droppers if I need them. I think I accidentally crafted those, to be honest. But yeah, so I guess what is coming up next is to, yeah, just go ahead and start constructing this thing. I think we're going to sneak it in somewhere like here-ish, maybe. This seems like a decent spot for it. Not really sure, though, to be honest. This seems like a good spot. Guess we should try to figure it out so we can take a look at the map. But I'll figure out where we're going to build it and, yeah, obviously start working on it. Currently stacking this farm up. It's really not too bad. It's basically I'm just doing each step one at a time. Though there's just this pesky tree here. Keeps getting in my way. Oh, classic. At least we have the beacon. Jump boost is... Yeah, I always used to hate jump boost, but, you know, now I can get behind it. Alright. I think I got the rest of it. Okay, we'll see if that all decays. But yeah, so I'm just going ahead. I'll do this side, then do that side, you know. Basically just building it up from the ground up, floor up. The last thing we are going to do is put in the hives because yeah, we don't want the bees going everywhere, otherwise we'll lose them probably. So yeah, we're just gonna basically enclose them, and then we'll put the hives in last once they're enclosed, or we have like a trapdoor in place to prevent them from getting out. Something of that nature, if that makes any sense at all. I feel like, oh, I just missed the glass block. Okay, cool. Alright, let's keep on cruising. Alright, so we're at the stage where I'm going to be putting in the beehives. It's where I feel like the beehives and then the natural ones are bee nests. That's correct. Okay. Yes, we're getting at that stage right now, and it's going to be a little difficult, but I'm confident I can do this without losing any. So I am going to extend these guys, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the first one on camera. We're going to go down there. We're going to place and go immediately just like this. Boom. Are they in there? Are they in? I think they're trapped. Okay, yes, I just got to do that 15 more times. It'll be a little stressful, but I think it should be fairly easy. Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad now that I'm doing this a few times. Oh yeah, we're totally fine. We'll even put that block there so they can only escape out this one. We just immediately go like this, and we're good. Okay. Yeah, so, I guess, yeah. Welcome to the farm. Since this farm is now technically working, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the witch farm, and, you know, of course we'll have to, yeah, link up the nether portal to the witch farm to get there. But, yeah, so we're actually going to fill this side with bottles just to begin with, since this farm is technically going to be producing as soon as I put the comparators and redstone dust in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll add the system. That side will be entirely bottles, and then I think we'll make half of the other side bottles and half shears, so honeycomb. Let me find my hoppers. Put them somewhere. Locate the hoppers. Man, I wish we could just like search immediately through all this stuff. That'd be really pleasant. There we go. Yeah, so the way we're going to distribute this is, I think, we'll need the powered in some way, but I think just like this, probably. So I'll have a system like this, and then just a line of hoppers above it, I guess would be the easiest way, I think. I mean, the only other way would be, we could use minecarts, but I think the hopper system would definitely be easiest. The only disadvantage is it won't distribute when the system's off, but we don't really need it to, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter that if the trapdoors are engaged that this isn't technically producing, so that's not too big of a deal. So yeah, so this is the system we're going to use. I'm going to get the bottles, and then we can, yeah, actually start collecting honey, technically. And the second module, you know what I'm trying to say, oh my god. The second module is done. This one's a little bit different in the fact that on the left here we do have shears. We're going to be collecting honeycomb from this side, and then we'll do bottles on this half of it right here, and then this whole thing's bottles. A couple of notes since the last clip is this side's deactivated. I realized the problem with this design, and you could solve it, but there's not really much of a point. We just need to solve the issue in a more straightforward way, is the fact that when it's not full, if it fires, so let me get a piece of redstone dust to demonstrate this, but basically, you know, of course I'm not prepared for this clip. Very typical. There we go. Alright, let's go back over here. So let's say this fires, these have full. Okay, so yeah, this one's not full. When that fires, it actually puts this in here. So we need this to be completely full. So say we did this in there. Okay, so this is a full one. I'm not going to delete that because it's still broken. This is a full one. When that happens, it deposits it, but it actually will end up right here in the chest. Yeah, so because when it's full, it just spits it out, and then eventually it will just get sent into that block, and the hopper picks it up immediately. But when it's not, it doesn't, which means we have to AFK the witch farm. So yeah, I'm going to AFK overnight, probably throughout tomorrow while I'm working, try to get as many of those glass bottles as I can. I've already loaded up what I can into the system, but yeah, we're waiting. Also, I have to keep this farm on because when I do turn it off, the bottles can't distribute, and we need to start distributing them quick. So once they're distributed, I can power them off and then replace all the redstone. Once this thing is full to the brim, we'll likely try to add a couple of extra chests of storage to to keep it stocked up as well. Yeah, so that's basically what's been going on. This side, I think I'll put the hives in on the sheer side, and I'll just wait for this to be complete over here, because there's no sense in trying to put those beehives in if we don't have the bottles yet. So that's what I'm going to do, try to get these shears in place, or put these beehives in place, and then also maybe start working on some aesthetic work. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to try to crank this out before I go to bed shortly. It's getting kind of late, so... But yeah, I guess we can sort of figure that out, and then, yeah, I'll meet you guys back after I've done some more work, and we've done a solid AFK session at the witch farm. And with some more work done, and a nice AFK session at the witch farm for several hours, we have, yeah, basically finished up this farm. We do have a little bit more to go, however. So I filled this side up practically with bottles. We do have some left, but we're getting to the point where we're basically full. Let me sort of try to hop up here. There we go. So basically I filled up the hoppers to around here, and I've also manually filled these dispensers, so it just has to fill down every single one of these hoppers and then fill across until the system's completely backed up. So that's definitely pretty good. I haven't touched this side. Obviously the shears are already in over here. But one thing we can do is, yeah, we can replace the redstone dust on that side and actually run the farm. In terms of aesthetic, I did some more work to this building as well as the beehive building. I'm going to take a little bit of a nap real quick. One shot of skeleton. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Take a look, and 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so yeah, so I did some work. I added some more detail to the trim on this. It definitely improved it a little bit. We still have that nice glassy feel of the glass ceiling, which I do really like. But we also have... How did I not... Oh, I have a Smite 5, that's why. Yeah, we also have that a little bit more of a factory look that I kind of think fits in a lot better with the aesthetic here. I also combined these two buildings. There's actually only one block of clearance, so I figured it would look better if we just made it one larger warehouse type building rather than keep them as two separate warehouse type buildings, which is sort of the theme I went for with this build, was a warehouse-esque look. We are fairly close to the storage system, but I'm not too worried. I think the builds should mix well together. It's not the end of the world if it's a little close on that side, but what is done is done. Anyhow, moving forward, I think we have a little bit more to do to the aesthetic of this place, as well as continue to fill some bottles in. I am going to reactivate the farm, though, so I can start getting honey, because I actually want to use that as a detailer. With sort of the plan I have is, I want to add details to the top of every building, which we've done on this building and this building only. I still have to do this one. And that, what I mean details is I want buildings that are... yeah, I want the buildings to be... How do I put this? I want to like the fit. So we have the charcoal smoker, so therefore we have, you know, the smokestacks, and maybe on this one I might add a column or two, something like that with honey dripping out of it since it's a honey farm. I think that could look pretty cool. And then maybe on this one we'll have some kind of melon and pumpkin themed topper, which I think would look pretty cool. I'd like to add some more toppers to all these builds. We probably won't worry about this because this already has a decent amount of detail, but this one definitely needs, yeah, some work. It's just a big brick building at the moment. Alright, so yeah, I guess I'm going to try to finish up some of that stuff, and then I'll show you guys it. We can round off the episode from there. One thing I do want to show you guys before we move on is, where is it? There it is the map. Is looking really cool with that extra building. Definitely happy with how this looks. We got the nice pumpkin farm. Ooh, it's so windy outside. Ooh, there's a big storm coming through. Alright, yeah, so if you look, we have, you know, the nice, this is the bee farm, this is the beehive farm, and then this is melon pumpkin, storage system. Yeah, it's all just looking really cool. Definitely liking how this map is coming together. Really liking the work we're doing in this area. But yeah, alright, sorry the model on. I'm going to get on with that, and yeah, be back in a bit. So I've done some work in the past few hours, as well as a little bit of AFKing over in this area, and I have a couple of... Oh, hello there. Goodbye. And goodbye to you as well. Alright guys, yeah, so I have a bit of developments. Yeah, so first off, yeah, AFK'd at the tree farm, also turned the melon and pumpkin farm on. We just sort of AFK'd all three of these farms for a couple of hours. I'm at like about a double chest of wood. I have the smelter just turned off for now. I won't turn that on again unless we have a need for charcoal specifically, since we do have another fuel source being blaze rods, as well as coal too from the Wither Skeleton farm, of course. So yeah, sort of update on that. Not sure how many pumpkins melons we got, but turn that on anyways. I've also removed all of the hives and nests from this area and just put them in this chest, as well as a few in this chest. The reason being is just because every single one of them was creating lag, and we removed 64 of them, and the area has been running smoother since then. So I'm definitely happy I did that. So another little update there. I just realized, just go back on fancy graphics, I think. Also, as you can see up there, is some work done on the roof of this thing. So let's get a nice fly in. As you can see, we've added a nice honey crystal plus 3 honey grates in the back, similar to what the grates we had up here were. So yeah, this is looking cool. We added this structure to hold it up, to give us some more dimension to the build. And these 3 things just look really cool. I'm interested to see how this looks on the map, which we take this out. Ooh, that's looking fantastic. That's really looking fantastic. Oh, so that looks like a face, kind of. If you look, yeah, it does look like a smiley face. That's really funny. But that's looking really cool. I'm really liking this build. This is looking really sweet. Yeah, this area is just coming together so well. I'm really happy of how this is looking. So yeah, I also put glowstone underneath the honey blocks. It's a little bit of a tip I learned from watching a Zuma Void work on his base. To sort of power this up. Don't worry, the honey won't become a major theme because, yeah, it just doesn't fit in the style. But I really like how it's, you know, fitting with this build. It's the bee farm. We have honey on top, and then this is just, yeah, part of the same building. That building we have smokers because it's the wood farm and it's smoking charcoal. And then this one we don't have anything yet, but we're definitely gonna add something in the future. Anyhow, I basically use all the honey I got from AFKing. It's fairly slow, but these farms are hard to make super fast unless you just have hundreds upon hundreds of these beehives. But I'm happy with the speed. It's not like we need shulker boxes upon shulker boxes of this stuff. It works fairly well. We can just grab them, craft them up. We even get the bottles back. We can just easily just stick them back in the system right there. So we do need some more bottles, but nothing ridiculous since at least we don't have to keep replacing it. Anyways, guys, I guess that sort of concludes this episode. Sorry I've been all over the place. I've been really tired. I have a lot of stress from my research position right now. It's sort of the end of the summer, doing a lot of computer-aided design, CAD. Lately, it just, yeah, been a little stressful, so I'm sorry if I came across as stressed out on this episode. But yeah, I'm really happy with how we're making progress on the base, and yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying. Drop a comment down below if you are. Support on the channel has been really great recently. We're hitting, at the time of recording this, we're nearing 400 subs. I'm going to assume by the time this comes out, we've already hit, or we're very close, because I think I'm at 385 now, and this video is not going to come out for a few weeks at the very least. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, thanks guys for your continued support. I'm really happy with how the channel's going and all that. Totally means a lot. As always, yeah, if you need any help or just want to chit-chat, Discord down below, yeah, and all of that. Alright guys, I'm gonna go. I'm pretty tired even though it's mid-afternoon. I'm gonna head out, do some other stuff, but yeah, this is really an awkward outro, isn't it? Okay guys, see ya. Have an easygoing day.